Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your continued support to this channel. And if you're watching us for the first time, please take a second and subscribe to our channel, then click that notification bell to allow YouTube to notify you of our videos. You can also like and share our videos. For the past few days, we have been treated to some political theatrics from the Kenya Kwanza team. Because while Ruto was in that Nyanza tour, he shocked many by calling Rigathi Gachagua primitive for perpetuating the politics of shareholders. And while in Kisumu, Ruto for the very first time praised Uhuru Kenyatta for a job well done when he was initiating that MV Uhuru, that ship. And then there is this clamor to meet Uhuru Kenyatta for reconciliation. Rigathi wants him, Ruto also wants him. And of course we've seen videos and photos of Rigathi and Ruto seemingly not reading from the same page. And Rigathi looks to be very sad. And we have analyzed and thought that William Ruto is ditching Rigathi, or he is betraying him, because recently in the cabinet reshuffle, he gave Mudavadi more powers, added him that docket of foreign affairs. And people are confused whether to believe what is happening in Kenya Kwanza or to take whatever is happening from them with a pinch of salt, because we are dealing with a very cunning regime. And I want you to help me answer these three questions so that we can conclude whether whatever is happening is real or someone is busy playing with our minds. Is it reverse psychology? And I want us to take the aspect of what happened in Nyanza. Number one, when William Ruto comes up now and calls Rigathi Gachagua primitive for perpetuating the shareholding politics, the first question is this: is it the first time Rigathi Gachagua is talking about shareholders? Did he start claiming that the shareholders just the other day? Ever since they took oath of office, Rigathi Gachagua has run this narrative in the presence of William Ruto, in the Thanksgiving ceremonies, in the church service ceremonies, and all along they have always applauded him, and he has always agreed with Rigathi Gachagua on his sentiments about shareholders. And that is why when he wakes up one day and calls Rigathi Gachagua primitive, it behoves one to think or to ask the motive behind those words that he used to describe Rigathi Gachagua. Because I have a feeling that we are being played into a trap to believe that maybe these people have got sharp differences. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua, while claiming that this is a government of shareholders, and William Ruto is denying it. The question is this: in practice, is William Ruto practicing anything different? Because in the appointments and spreading of the national cake, the Mount Kenya and Rift Valley have gotten the lion's share of the distribution of national cake and appointments into the positions in government. And so when Rigathi Gachagua is talking about shareholders, he is only repeating or replicating what they are doing in practice. Rigathi Gachagua is only mentioning what is happening in the country. And for William Ruto to come and disown Rigathi Gachagua and call him primitive it doesn't change anything, because this is their practice that they are perpetuating. And it seems that they are in this together. Maybe Ruto doesn't want Rigathi Gachagua to continue saying it because it reminds people of nepotism in the government. And so maybe they are calling upon Rigathi Gachagua to keep quiet, akule polepole badala ya kupiga kelele, kwa sababu inaamsha watu wengine like the opposition and the other concerned citizens. That is the question, because Rigathi is only speaking what is happening. Number 3, why did William Ruto choose to chide Rigathi Gachagua while in Nyanza? Yet when they are in their strongholds, when they are in Rift Valley, when they are in Central, they enjoy the same sentiments. Because he knew very well that Nyanza is the stronghold of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. And he could not speak anything different. And that is why he went there and started talking about this issue of condemning Rigathi Gachagua for using and perpetuating the shareholding kind of politics. And when he held the cabinet meeting in Kisumu, Rigathi, in the photos that we have seen, looked very, very sad. Is it a game that is played on us? Because if you ask me, I see a narrative that has been crafted by the NIS, National Intelligence Service. This is the group that feeds William Ruto with a lot of information. William Ruto is fed with the information in the morning when he wakes up, I think in the afternoon, and before he sleeps, he gets a lot of intelligence. They must have told him what to do so that he can manage the supporters of Azimio. It is a crafted narrative. Because what is happening today is the same thing that happened in the last regime, when the Azimio supporters were very happy when Ruto was being sidelined, and with that they were very happy. It seems it is the same thing they want to replicate here. And while doing that, they want to make us believe that Ruto is really a good man, that the person who is spoiling him is Rigathi Gachagua. And so two things could be happening. Number one, they could be in this together to ensure that they manage the opposition supporters, so that Rigathi is sidelined and maligned. Or they can decide to sacrifice Rigathi Gachagua. Because in politics, betrayal is one constant factor. William Ruto could look at the political goals that he wants to achieve, and he decides to do away with Rigathi Gachagua. Either way, whether they are in it together or Rigathi is being sidelined, they want to ensure that the opposition supporters are managed. Because at the center of everything, we still want justice to the people who were gunned, killed and maimed during the demonstrations. That must, the perpetrators must come to book. Number two, the cost of living is still a problem. In fact, today it has been reported that the prices of LPG gas has risen again after a reprieve for only 1 month. And it's still a thorn in the flesh. Because at Bomas, they are talking about the high cost of living and how to reduce it. And formation of offices for Prime Minister, opposition leader and all that. And respect to parties. And that is maybe the reason why Sabina Chege lost her position as the deputy minority whip in the National Assembly. This is the reason why Maina Njega has been allowed to play his politics and is conveying Uhuru's message. Because maybe they want to bring back Uhuru. But we have electoral justice, something that we are yet to see. And I'm saying this, I was asking those questions so that we can look at them together. Because yes, it is true, we have seen Rigathi very bitter. We have seen the governor of Nyeri, Mutahi Kahiga, saying that they must unite around Rigathi, and they are silently thinking of their next move. But do we really trust this regime? Because I have a feeling that we're dealing with a very cunning leadership. Is it a reverse psychology? Is someone playing with us? If you ask me, two things. Rigathi is at the center. Either they are knit together or he's being sacrificed. And the end game is to manage the Azimio supporters.